important message for Black Americans. Because let it make sense to me that I'm an immigrant that really do not understand every single pains, every single struggles, every single things that Black Americans have literally been through, have the right, the audacity, the effrontery, the temerity to pass out this message to Black Americans. I want you guys to watch. I want you guys to watch so that probably some of you can actually explain to me in the comment section why you have to do that. Even if there is any single person that will literally pass this particular message, should it be from someone that is an immigrant? Why do you need to be explaining to them about their roots? Why do you need... Anyways, you know one thing I love about these Black Americans is if you don't come for them, they will not come for you. But the moment they start coming for this said immigrants, they will now start screaming Black Americans are wicked, Black Americans are this, Black Americans are that. Guys, I want you to honestly watch this video and let me know your honest thoughts. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking my videos, sharing, dropping commentaries, dropping super thanks, joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. Just watch and honestly give me your opinion in the comment section. Disclaimers, this is just for educational purposes only. Don't come for me. This is for educational purpose. If immigrants do not say anything, I will not say, right? I will not come and film video. Let's go watch. I'll be back with commentaries, guys.
You know, my heart is truly saddened for the Black Americans who refuse to accept the truth that they are of African descent. Here we go! Y'all have created, I guess, a new race amongst yourself to make you feel better. You can run from the truth, but the truth will always be that everybody who considers themselves Black American are Africans. No! You are an African. Girl, no! And Black people choosing to wear ignorance as a badge of honor is the very thing that keeps Black people stuck.
Black American ancestors, the copper-colored indigenous Americans, did not come from Africa at all. They were the master architects who built the pyramids on both continents long before there were any African dynasties. Africa learned civilization from Black Americans, not the reverse. Black Americans are the descendants of the original master builders, the ancestors who created the most advanced ancient civilizations. Then they spread that knowledge globally. We are the original Moors of Tamari or Turtle Island. We are the ancient Egyptians. We are the mound builders of Mississippi. We are the Olmecs, the Mayans, and the Aztecs. This gets so deep, we're just getting started, so follow for more.
Imagine being told the entire time that you were growing up that you were second class to a specific race, constantly getting gaslit about the horrendous shit that you and your ancestors went through, getting told that you're always overreacting, that you're always bringing up the past, that it was a long time ago. And imagine that one superior race who thinks that they're better than everybody else tries to flip it on to you, how you guys are actually the savages, how you guys are actually the ones that are the issue. You're starting to put the pieces together? Great. Now you know what it's like to be Black. Being Black in America is honestly so exhausting because you can't talk about the past because, oh, then you're talking about race. Oh, all you talk about is race. Oh, that happened so many years ago. But then once you stop talking about race and you just are minding your business amongst your own people, they still come over here and bother you. It is literally so insane. Black people cannot win in this country, bro. And that's why I tell y'all to do whatever it is that you want to do. Because white people, honestly, feel very threatened and very intimidated by us. So the only thing you can do is live your best Black life. They hate to see us thriving? Oh well, we'll cry about it.
I want to know why those that have had the illusion of power over the mass majority of us have been able to keep that illusion. It's because they tell you what they're doing. You just don't fucking pay attention. Not only do they tell you what they're doing, they tell you what they've done. Y'all literally have to read the words literally as they're being written. For instance, during the Transatlantic slave trade, they said that this council transported tens of thousands of enslaved Africans and other enslaved people to Liberia. Now I want y'all to use y'all critical thinking skills, because if we all came from Africa, then those other enslaved people would be of a different race, correct? Yet, if you Google the Liberian people, my brain started, that bitch started pulsating, because if they transported freed Africans and other enslaved peoples, and I'm looking at them people, and they looking very familiar, who were the other enslaved people that were not Africans? Because they would have just said all Africans if they were all Africans, and not freed Africans and other enslaved people. In fact, the whole movement was to relocate free people of color. They be putting it in your face, like it be in our face. We just be overlooking it because they mush all the shit together to try to confuse us on what they're saying. Like, if you denying this shit in 2025, you're just being willfully ignorant. Then a motherfucker will dead ass be under my comments arguing with me about an out of Africa theory, talking about we share DNA with them, when in fact they share DNA with us because they came from America. They told you that they brought them from America. They're American. All I be saying is use your fucking cognitive thinking skills. If they took enslaved Africans and other enslaved people to Africa, and all the people you see is black, who the fuck?
The sooner black people realize that nobody is their friend, the sooner the revolution and the healing can begin. The Democratic Party ain't your friend. The Republican Party ain't your friend. Other black people in the diaspora ain't your friend. Other races ain't your friend. Natives ain't your friend. The other letters in DEI ain't your friend. It's a one-sided relationship. You only benefit them. When it's time for them to show their friendship towards you, it ain't never show up. And as soon as black people realize that nobody is their friend, the sooner the revolution and the evolution can begin. It starts with self-love, value, and then having other people actually value you too, because you are the person that brings the value to these relationships. But until that is realized, the true worth of black Americans will never be actualized.
When you hear black Americans say we not African, it's not for nobody else. I'm hearing people talking about, oh, it's black Americans talking about, yeah, they grandma said they Cherokee, and niggas in the comments, yeah, they always say Cherokee, they always say Blackfoot, they always say Wachita, they always say Gullah Geechee, they always say they from America, and they and laughing in the comments, they like, and they was like, it doesn't matter, the white man sees you as the same. And you think niggas figure out about their lineage for a cracker? You fucking crazy, bro. And it's always an African or some shit making a video. It's never a full American. I can tell the nigga it's some type of, like, I can tell. You could just tell when niggas is African, bro. Like, they got that look to them, bro. But it's not a divide thing, nigga. Niggas figure out their lineage for themselves. It's for heal generational curses, so you can empower your family, so you can empower yourself, so you can empower your children, and know who they are. Niggas don't think they across the water somewhere, feeling like they got no sense of groundedness, moving around on their land in Americas. We been here, bro. Like, now they want niggas to not even believe in their grandmother. Same thing with Henry Louis Gates type niggas. Nigga made a whole TV show telling niggas, yeah, your grandma's a liar. And nigga Chris Rock and all them, bro, this nigga, what's his name? Morgan Freeman went up there talking, well, my grandma must be a liar then. She told you. I'm like, nigga, when you let this nigga do some research and come back and tell you some lies, when you have an oral tradition and oral history, you feel me? Stop playing, bro. And shout out to all my Native Americans shit that know the truth, bro. That know they got taught at the Native American schools. Fuck out of here.
You know, family, I'm realizing from my comments that Africans don't realize that having melanated skin is synonymous with all lands. They only think that having melanated skin means you come from Africa. And I'm just like, dang, like why they don't realize having melanated skin, you know, is aboriginal to all lands. Like the aboriginal people of all lands are melanated. They do not realize that. They don't think that. They think if you are melanated, you come from Africa, and that's just period, point blank. And I'm sure that's just what they've been taught. Maybe the motherland thing gone to their head. I don't know. But then it's like when you try to explain, you know, they be like, will you take a DNA test? And I'm like, how many times do we have to tell you guys DNA only connects you to people. It doesn't, like, that's why it says on the package for entertainment purposes only. Okay. It cannot, your DNA cannot connect you to a landmass. Like, it's a joke, family. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they don't even have, it's DNA is full of a pool of people in Africa. It doesn't have you know what I mean? It's like their DNA is full of DNA of people in Africa. Like, I don't know, like it doesn't have the everybody's DNA. You know what I mean? That's why it says over and over, for entertainment. This is for entertainment. This is not real. This is for entertainment. Like, and family, please share this, because these Africans really don't realize that this DNA shit, I got a little bit of Nigerian, I got some Cambodian. Like, family, that is all bullshit. Okay? Family, this is all bullshit. DNA can only tell you who your relatives are. You feel me? Like, y'all, so, like, I don't know what to tell you guys, okay? But having melanated skin has been an original thing for all continents, okay? The original Chinese are black. The original Europeans were have melanated skin. The original Americans have melanated skin. Like, you know, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? But, you know, and I know some of you genuinely don't know that we are native to all these lands having this skin, you know. And I know many of y'all are just wanting to tell her, you know what I'm saying? It's beneficial and better if you just tell them and say, no, nigga, you African, you know, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm fine with it. You know what I mean? But y'all got to understand, baby, having melanated skin is not only synonymous to Africa. Okay. Africa is not, you know, it's just a continent. It's not a race. It's not, you know, guys, you know, like, y'all, it's just worrisome how y'all don't know this shit to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, we could come with all the facts. Y'all just still be like, no. And I'm just like, no, this is willful ignorance. Fuck this shit. We back on the block. We need to just keep blocking y'all niggas, because it's no point in this. Peace and blessings, family.
How many times have you heard, go back to Africa? Or, we all need to move back to Africa? But what if I told you that our ancestors had the chance to do it and they rejected it? Let's get into it. Welcome back, y'all, to another one. If this is your first time here, this is our digital classroom by the name of Unspoken Curriculum, where we talk about history and politics and a lot of things we did not learn in our traditional public school. Today we're going to get into a quick lesson. I know many of you guys have heard non-black people saying, go back to Africa. Or you may have heard groups of black people saying, we all need to go back to Africa. Well, in 1862, our ancestors had the ability to, and they rejected it. See, President Abraham Lincoln proposed a deal that he was going to start freeing the slaves starting in Washington, D.C. and he put together a plan to slowly start freeing us, and he used it as an experiment to see what was going to happen. Not only did he want to start freeing the slaves there, he actually got Congress to agree to pay for it. All right. They were going to pay for us to resettle outside of the United States. Two of the hot spots that we were supposed to go was to Liberia, Africa, as well as Haiti. All right. Very few went. Very few. I would say probably less than 5% went away. And many of them actually died from disease once they entered those places. The rest of the 95% of those newly freed blacks inside of Washington, D.C. stood 10 toes down and said, "We are not going anywhere." Led by Frederick Douglass. He said, "We are native to this land, and we are just as American as the whites. And our ancestors died for this land, and they built it. We're not going anywhere." So, to show how patriotic and American they were, they started to sign up for the Union Army. So when the Civil War came, they had a chip on their shoulders. They was kicking behind because they wanted to show how patriotic and how American they were. So, when you hear people saying we all need to go back to Africa, our ancestors rejected that long time ago. They said we are American. So if these people that were inside of slavery, going through the harshest conditions, rejected leaving the land, how is it that you have these small issues today and you're ready to go? You're ready to flee. We ain't going nowhere. Our ancestors were stronger than this. But let me know if you knew about this, that we actually had the ability to go when we did not want to. Let me know in the comments. Make sure you find me on that other side that starts with a Y. You can check out how to find me there in my TikTok bio. If you're feeling a little good today, go ahead and subscribe to my TikTok below, and I'll see you guys on the next one.
Listen, man, let's get something clear, right? So, at the end of the day, I love Africans, right? The problem is, and I have Africans that I love, the problem is that YTPPL and everybody else, right, told us that we're the same people, told Black Americans that we're Africans, and we're not. And I believe a lot of Africans already knew that and know that because a lot of them, not all of them, are a part of the vassal system to come against the indigenous Americans, the real Jews, the real children of Israel, Black Americans, right? So all of this information that's coming out, we're just simply expressing the facts, right? This isn't a bash at Africans or anything like that, right? It's an unadulterated fact that many of you is complicit with the game and the BS. It's the same along with East Indians or Asians or Latinos. Y'all are part of it. Not on an individual level, no. Right? Am I gonna sit here and say on an individual level every single Latino is on it? No. I'm generally speaking, right? If you don't know what generally speaking is, I don't know what to tell you as an adult, right? But as a whole, as a nation, just like the same way Esau, Edom, YTPPL, right? As a nation, they've been against Jacob, Black Americans, but individually, no, right? So I say all that to say this. The problem is that specifically Black Americans, we were told that we are African and we are not. We are the chosen people of God, the children of Israel, right? We bought that African, L-I-E, when the Most High had us sleep going through the curses of Deuteronomy, right? We are the ones who lost our identity. The Most High said he would take away our identity, right? So all of this information that's coming out is just simply the heavens waking us up. That's it. And the world is in a shitstorm. It's in a frenzy. It doesn't know how to act. It doesn't know what to do because all of you guys benefited off of us being asleep. Right? It's like when they say make America great again, what they really mean is please we hope Black Americans can go back to sleep. Right? So like I said, the issue is that we were told we're African. And you know what happened? Many of us went to Africa, right? Looking for love. Love just to get over there and see that they don't fuck with us. Okay? So we're the hurt ones. We're the damaged people. Because our father had us on punishment. And now, as we're reclaiming our identity and all this information is coming out, now we're called crazy. Now we're called, we like taking other people's stuff. As if like black Americans we all just got together and said, oh snap, I think we're the indigenous, no, individually, the heavens are dealing with us individually. The remnant, because not even all black Americans are getting these downloads. The heavens are dealing with us individually, right? So no, this is heavily ordained. That's what a lot of y'all don't really understand or overstand. This is from the heavens. We're just happy to finally know who we are, and we can't even have that, bubs, without the whole world jumping down our neck. Hey man, y'all problem is not with black Americans. Y'all problem really is with the Most High God, the God of the Israelites. He's the one that has a favorite. He's the one that said black Americans are the head. He's the one that said the black American man is going to rule forever. He's the one that ordained the Son of Man to be a black American, so-called black American man. Y'all problem ain't with us. Y'all problem is with God. And I don't think y'all want that problem, bubs. I don't think y'all want that problem, bubs. Y'all best bet is just to get in alignment. My God, we were literally going through HELL, had no identity, right? They told us, we're Africans. We go to Africa. Hi, I'm Larry from, and they're like, no. Right? Sister, I've seen videos of sisters going to Africa, right? African women just around her, like, and look, that's fine. It's just that spiritually, we're not the same people, bro. We're not the same people. So we was looking for hope in a lost place because they're not our people. And that's fine. It just simply means they're not our people. That's not a shade to them. That's not a shade. It's not a shade, right? It's like we're black. This is how you know we truly are the chosen people, black Americans, because we're the only ones that no one wants to see happy. Literally, no one wants to see us have an identity or anything. Anything. If we have any type of semblance of pride or anything, that is a fucking problem to this world. And this is how, and all of it simply points that we really are the number one people. The chosen above all people. Deuteronomy 7:6. I have chosen you to be above all people. I don't know about y'all, bubs. I'm ready to rule earth. All praises to the Most High. Past, present, now, and eternity. Eternity. My God is the God of the Israelites, the Most High God for eternity. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob for eternity. 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 All praise to the Most High.
Why is everything about race with y'all? Like, why are Americans so predisposed with race? Like, everything is about race. Everything is about race. I've seen a lot of people referring this question to only like white people asking it. And honestly, in my experience, I've never got this question from white people. I've actually only received this question from non-blacks, and particularly people who are either non-American or they're like second, third, first generation American. And this has nothing to do with wherever they came from. You know, they are usually immigrants or children of immigrants, and it really doesn't matter where. I've gotten it from folks of African, descent, of Latin American or Hispanic descent, from outside of the United States, gotten it from Asians. It's always been a non-white person, basically. My first encounter with this type of mindset and with this questioning happened in high school for me. It was a girl, specifically within my friend group. We weren't necessarily friends. It more so of we were friendly with each other because we had a mutual friend and we all just kind of hang out, type of situation. And so we were at this one girl's house, and this particular girl, she was basically a first gen. Even though she'd never, been to her parents' original homeland. Her parents were from Nicaragua, and they basically fled the war basically that was happening. I want to say it was in the 1980s. They fled there, came to the United States, had some children, her being, I believe, the last one to be born here in the United States, specifically San Francisco. And so we were at her family's house, you know, chilling, watching TV or whatever. And this one commercial came on in which it was a white mother, and she was speaking with her eyes to her children, basically giving them the eye, right? And so I had made the comment that they got that from black mothers. And she quickly tried to correct me and say, well, all mothers do that. All mothers give that eye, you know? And so I had to correct her and say, if so, they all got it from black mothers. And this is why. And I explained to her about during slavery, how it was literally life or death to keep your babies quiet. Your kids could not get out of line. They were property. They were slaves, just like the mother. And so because they're all property, they were expected to behave themselves even more so than the average child, you know, would naturally, you know, be allowed to just be free. They were not allowed to be just free and carefree and all this type of stuff in general. Now, are there exceptions to the rule? Of course, but there wasn't enough exceptions to say that that was the predominant energy. It was mothers literally having, and not just mothers, but to each other, having to give each other the eye and communicate, speak whole full-on paragraphs, okay, through our eyes, without moving our bodies, without giving any type of expressions that would let the slave masters, the white folks around them know what we were communicating to each other. And it was perfected. No other group in the United States, probably on this earth, has perfected it to the way that Black Americans perfected that, because it was life or death. And so this became a thing. And that's why I was saying, like, nah, that came from Black mothers, Black people. And if y'all do it because it came from us. Y'all didn't originate that. Y'all didn't create that. Y'all didn't have to. So
your office is all the way down at the end. You have your own attached bathroom, by the way. Oh, here's one of our best researchers, Dick.
Hey. Hello there. What's up, dude? Glad to see there's another brother in this stuffing place.
So, this is going to be your assistant, Genevieve. Genevieve,
What is this? It's The Shining, man. All black people have The Shining. You never shined with another black person before?
No. I grew up in a white neighborhood and then went to Dartmouth. I've met other black people before, but not like this.
You gotta get shined at by another black person first, and then you get it. It's kind of like Facebook. What up, dudes?
she didn't like that. I could tell, but she just let it go. Moving forward, I learned that she's from San Francisco. So I'm like, oh, I'm from the city too. And I had made a comment about saying, like, you know, da 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 da, Frisco, da 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 da. And she, from then on, like, really wanted to prove that she was more San Franciscan than me. Even though I was like, girl, we both in the East Bay. Like, what are you talking about? You know, like, neither one of us, you know, have ties any longer, right, to San Francisco in the way that she was trying to propagate it, basically. Because out here in the Bay, specifically San Francisco, they feel like you kind of lose your San Franciscan whatever if you didn't go to high school out there. That's their whole get down. It's stupid, I know. But, you know, that's how they feel. So in my mind, I'm like, girl, whatever. And she basically was saying, like, oh, true San Franciscans don't say Frisco. And I was like, well, that's funny, because I'm a fourth generation San Franciscan, okay, born and raised out there, okay, not even born in a hospital. That's how San Franciscan I am, bitch. But anyways, my parents, literally, my dad's nickname, and he went to school out there and everything, my dad's nickname was O from the Scout. So, and it was Frisco, you feel me? Like, It's like, so how you gonna tell me what is what when you're literally a first gen, baby? Like, you are literally first gen. Your parents came from Nicaragua. You know I'm saying that wrong. I always want to say nigga. But anyways, like, but it's not a competition. I'm not tripping, but hold your horses. Like, my people are like from here. Like, we deep in this bitch. Okay. We got statues and all the, girl, we in Hall of Fame and shit. Okay. We deep in this bitch. Like, don't be disrespectful. I'm from here. But I didn't want to go there with her, It's like, yeah, chill on that. And I just want to add that happened in the early 2000s, because I'm old. So that happened in the early 2000s, and it's still an issue because this year, while I was on my trip across the country, when I was in I was in Arizona, Sedona, whatever the fuck it's called. And I was, talking to this one white guy who was basically trying to sell something to me, basically. And he asked me where I was from, and I said San Francisco. I always say San Francisco, because that's where I'm from. And he was like, oh, Oakland? No, bitch, San Francisco. And the reason, and it's no offense to Oakland, as you can see. Oakland all day. I love my town, folks. But there's a difference. And the difference is that they associate Oakland as just black and San Francisco as white or Chinese, if you really know what's up, you know what I'm saying? Because Chinatown, the first Chinatown ever in the United States, was founded in San Francisco, so shout out to them. But you can see San Francisco still has a Chinatown, but we don't have the black presence that we used to have in the 40s, in the 60s, even in the 1990s, you feel me? Because they've been actively discriminating against us and pushing us out of the city. So when I say I'm from San Francisco, I gotta say that shit with pride, and I'm gonna make sure it's known, because y'all can't push us out. We ain't, fuck y'all. So anyways, and she kept persisting with it, trying to make herself like, you not really from San Francisco. And I was like, you're gonna have to hold off on that type of sentiment, because black people have been trying to push us out of San Francisco for generations. Okay, like literally since the 1960s, they have been trying to push black people out of San Francisco. And so the ones of us who have stayed put and who have kept through for generations, like, you got to respect us. But she didn't want to hear that either, because it's not about race. In her mind, it's not about race. So anyways, moving forward, we graduate, high school. We're a little bit older, whatever. And so we go on this trip to celebrate one of the friends' birthdays in Las Vegas. So we're in the Pyramid or whatever that hotel is called. And I fell asleep. I guess they were doing something. I had a dream, or we'll just say it's a dream, because I don't know if it was a dream or whether or not I was just picking up stuff while I was asleep, while they were not asleep around me. And so within that dream, I basically heard her say, why does everything have to be about race with her? Right? I didn't hear nobody defend me in the dream, though. So anyways, and there were black folks up in there. Okay. Some of them were children of immigrant black folks. So you get where I'm going. So anyways, I wake up and I'm the type of person, I'm just going to confront you. I don't give a damn if it's a dream or not. If I have a dream, that means my ancestors and my spirit guides are trying to tell me something. They let me know about you, and I trust them way more than I would ever trust a human. So I let them know. I'm like, so, question, were y'all talking about me, while I was asleep, or, da-da-da? No, what are you talking about? Yeah, okay. Well, let me tell you about my dream, because I already know y'all lying. So I told them, like, what was said. And they were like, quiet. That let me know, yeah, y'all was lying. Y'all definitely was saying some shit like that. And y'all do believe that I refer to race too much. When in reality, everything in the United States especially is coded, created upon the foundation of race. Specifically, anti-black racism. Everybody else just gets the, whatever comes down the line. But it starts with black folks. How they treat us, the laws they make to discriminate against us, to hold us back, it always is about race. She didn't want to hear that, though. Another woman of color. Makes me think.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. You see why I keep saying that? Why is it that if you don't understand someone's history, you don't understand someone's pain, you don't understand what has really happened to that person, where is that person coming from, why do you think you have the right to educate them? Like, why? Why do you think you have the right to tell Black Americans where they are from or where they are not from? Why? Why do you think it's even your right for you to tell them that they are from Africa? Who the hell is Africa? Honestly speaking, who the hell is Africa? And why do every single immigrant believe that, yes, Black Americans, every one of them are taken from Africa? Why do every single immigrant believe that every single Black American person they are coming across are enslaved people? Who gave you guys that note? Why believe what you yourself know that you don't have any research about it, don't have any fact about it? Despite everything that ChatGPT has been trying the possible best to pull out, some people in this modern age still have that delusional mindset of believing that every single Black Americans are from Africa. All of them are enslaved from beginning to the end. Why? Why must it be a Black American story that is different? Why? Why is it that every single person do not want Black Americans to breathe? What has really been an offense? Even the ones that are enslaved, that have gone through a lot, people still do not want them to breathe. You want every single Black person, Black Americans to come out here and identify that, yes, we are from Africa. That is when you will be happy. What is so special about the African self? Like, what is so special being an African person? I'm an African person, and I'm saying it from my whole facts. That if there are people that are enslaved, and yes, they find out that their root is from Africa, they can decide to say, okay, you can call me an African American. They don't have an issue. But if there are people that say you don't need to call us, we are not immigrants, do not call us African Americans. We want to be known as foundational Black Americans. In fact, we don't want to have any single identity to do with Black people, to do with Africans. Why is it so big? If not now that this Somalian back and forth is really happening. Somalians, we are here busy bragging that they are not Blacks. That you can't convince them to be Blacks. They will tell you they are Arabs. Did anybody fight them? Did anybody say anything? But the moment is coming from Black American, yes, everybody have the right to talk. Everybody have the right to call Black Americans immigrants. Everybody have the right to say, oh, Black people, what you're doing is not making sense. But nobody is seeing their pains, nobody is seeing their struggles. In fact, I've literally researched on so many things for me to now come to that realization, and I now believe strongly that it is not every single person that is enslaved from Africa. People are enslaved all around the world, please, all over the world, from different continents. Don't think that it's only Africa, because the people now leverage it to like, oh, it's only Africa that this enslaved, these Europeans came and did everything. It is not only there. Every single continent have their own history and how their liberation come true. So why is it that some people are just there? You just want Black Americans to just accept that fact that, yes, we are African Americans. Who the hell is African Americans? I'm still asking that questions. I'm sorry if I'm going to be roughing on my African's shoulder, but let the truth be said. Why must you force something down someone's throat that person don't want to swallow? Is it possible? Why is it so difficult for people to understand that they want to be identified as this? Then let's give them that respect or give them that honor, even if not for anything, for what these people have literally passed through. In fact, these people are the only citizens in US, because before even the Europeans started all of their migration and every other stuff, go and check. There were Black people already in America. So it is not just that enslavement that brought about the Black people in America. It's just that the white man wrote different narrative to suit what they want to suit, so that they can be in charge, so that they can take over, and that is what they are doing. So, but After the narration and everything, go look at your histories very well. There were black people already sitting in America. Americans were not just black Americans were not just immigrants that just came from nowhere. They are not. They are not what they call it. The sellers all that are looking for place where we need to stay. Let's stay. They are not. They were there. They were available. The white man just changed every single narrative that each and every, almost, let me say, 99% of Africans are just taking over that nonsense that they have failed us with. While at the end of the day, some of the things that failed us with are wrong. So if black Americans are coming for you because you don't know how to put your mouth, you are on your own because you choose it. You honestly choose it. Anyways, let me know what you think in the comment section. Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And if you're watching as a black American person, please, what do you think? I just want to get your honest opinion in the comment section. Just let me know your honest truths about every single thing that we've been able to talk down here, okay? And for disclaimers, this is just for educational purpose. I will keep screaming it, just for educational purpose, and credit belongs to original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. Guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I am going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys, I love you guys. Mwah.